Oh my God, it's your boy MA. That's right, guys. This is the number one thing that all men can learn from women that can help you improve your game tremendously. Not only can it help you improve your game, but it can help you when it comes to dealing with women and also dealing with quality women that you would want to deal with. Dealing with women who aren't going to give you a headache. Dealing with women that you find compatible, that you find great for you. This is what I've learned from women and what all men can learn from women that can help you as a man when it comes to dealing with women. The number one thing is to have standards. Believe it or not, guys, women have a much better understanding of their standards than men. Let me explain. There are certain things that women are not going to deal with no matter who you are. They have standards. If you go to dating profiles and you see these women put it on there, they'll say no cigarette smokers, no felons, no dreadheads, no dude that's under 5'8", no drug addicts. They'll put all of these things that they do not want you to have. And believe me, guys, if you have any of these qualities that they don't want you to have, they won't match with you. Now, I know there's a guy watching this video right now who's like, well, I'm an exception to the rule. I'm the different one. How are you going to be able to get this woman if she doesn't match with you, bro? How? Now, if you go out and approach her, you got more things to work with. You can talk to her. She can get an understanding of you. She can see your eye contact. She can smell your cologne. You can throw out your charisma. That may be different. But for the most part, even if you approach a woman in person, there are literally certain things that you can say or do over text or in person that will turn a woman completely off, and she will cut you completely off. This is, I think, one of the biggest difference between men and women is that a lot of women have standards. Are they delusional in their standards? Of course. We know they're delusional. She doesn't want you to have kids, but she has two, right? She doesn't want you to have dreads, but her ex-boyfriend had dreads. They're delusional, guys. But you have to understand that at that moment in time in her life, whatever standard she put that she doesn't want you to have as a man, she is serious about it. This is why women are so quick to not text you back. They're so quick to not talk to you anymore. It's because of something you said. Bro, I remember, and this was actually pretty recent. It was probably like a week or two ago. I was texting this new chick that I met. You know, we're getting to know each other over text. Don't recommend that. You know, players fuck up too. Don't recommend that you try to get to know a woman too much over text because she can take your text the wrong way. Let me give you guys an example. So we're texting. She's asking me a couple questions. You know, I'm responding. I'm keeping my response pretty short. Trying to keep it like playful, flirty, all that. And the same vice versa. I'm texting her. So she asked me, she was like, what's your sign? Like, you know, women believe in this horoscope, Virgo, all this other bullshit. She asked, what's your sign? I wrote her back, you know, I'm having fun, just living my life, joking around. I wrote her back and I said, my sign is whatever gets my dick sucked. And then I put the laughing emoji. Bro, for one, she unsent the message that she sent me. So it kind of make it seem like I just wrote that out the blue. And for two, she blocked my ass. Like, she didn't text me back. And I'm assuming I'm blocked because she never responded. This is what I mean when I say women have standards. If you say anything or do anything that turns them off, obviously I'm joking. I mean, there may be some truth to that. I don't give a fuck about my sign, bitch. Whatever you want my sign to be, as long as you're going to suck my dick, that's my sign. We're compatible, all this other bullshit that women believe in. But do you guys see what I mean when I say, like, you can throw something out there? Now, let me give you a little background on this woman. She got a kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, she has a kid. She has something that if I was really specific on my standards, I wouldn't deal with a woman like this. And that's what I'm slowly but surely starting to learn. The more women that I deal with, I'm like, yo, there are so many things that can disqualify a man for a woman. But when it comes to women, as long as she got a fat ass, anything else that she has going on, we can deal with it. We can live with it. So I'm starting to look at my standards and I'm like, hold on. I don't want to deal with women who have kids. I've done it before, and I'm not bashing you if you're okay with that. But I don't think it's fair to me that I don't have any kids. I don't want to take care of anybody else's kids. And I don't want to deal with a woman who's going to have the stretch marks of having a kid and anything else that may come with it. Because if you guys know, if you deal with a woman seriously and she has a kid, it's not going to just be her. Eventually, especially if y'all start to get serious, the kid's going to be involved, and now you're taking care of more than one person. If this woman only has one kid, she might have 3 or 4 kids. So that's one standard where I'm like, and as guys, you got to write down your own standards. Don't copy mine. Write them down. Think about it. One standard is, I don't want to deal with single mothers. I just don't. It just usually doesn't play out right. Here and there, I've had some pretty good ones. Usually they have some real good coochie, all that. And some of these women are good with not really involving their kid with you. So it is what it is. But if we're talking about standards, that's one I don't want to deal with. Another one, I don't want to deal with a woman that's overweight. Like, I don't want to deal with a woman who is overweight. I don't care if she's thick. I don't care about none of that. If she's overweight or there's something about her stomach that I don't like, I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to deal with a woman who's ghetto. I don't want no ghetto bitches no more. I grew up around that shit. I've dealt with plenty of them, and a lot of issues come with ratchet women. I don't want to deal with a woman who wears fake lashes. I don't want to deal with a woman who has fake nails. I rarely want to deal with a woman who wears fake hair, but I do understand that sometimes women may do that to help grow their real hair. Sometimes some women actually look better. So that's one of those depending on the chick type thing. Just like how there can be an exception to the rule for you as a guy, there's a few exceptions to the rules. But basically what I'm saying, guys, learn this from women. Women have a strong list of things that they will not deal with. And on top of that list, they'll add things to the list while you're dealing with them. I don't want to deal with a woman where if it's our first date or any date, anytime we're meeting up and she's late or she ends up flaking. I don't want to deal with a woman who is flip-floppy. Like, have these standards for yourself, bro. And I know the reason that a lot of guys are scared to have these standards. I know exactly why. Yep, I found out. I know. It's because you guys are not continuously talking to women. Look at my last video where I explained why you must always continue to talk to women, and then you can start to hold yourself to a higher standard. The reason these women are super picky, the reason they're able to cut you off so quick, won't care, won't miss a blink of sleep, will block you, won't answer your call, all of this shit, is because they know that they will always, for the most part, have another guy hit them up on a dating app, have another guy approach them, have another guy reaching out, or have guys on the back burner who she already knows at any point, anytime she can hit them up and have that. As guys, a lot of guys don't have that. So when they're dealing with a new woman, that's pretty much all they got. They delete all of their standards, all of their rules, all of their program that they want to build for themselves, and they make exceptions to the rule for this woman. It will never work, guys. That is the worst thing you can do. I do not recommend it. If you care about yourself, if you love yourself, if you want to protect your well-being, do not deal with women who are not fitting within your standards. You have to be very, very, very strict, very strategic. Just like with a freaking job, guys. Like, these jobs have standards. When you're into a career, they have standards. Even when you're in school, there are standards. You need to show up and you need to have this many credit hours. You need to do this many semesters. You need to do this much homework. You need to make a C or above to consider passing. Imagine if the school system or if your job had no standards. Show up when you want. Do what you want to do. Come when you want to come. Leave when you want to leave. The world would not progress like that. Like, nothing would happen. Nothing would move forward. Learn this from women, guys. I'm telling you, this is like, if you don't watch any more of my videos, this could be the most important video that you could get from me. And I know it's a car setting. It's not the best thumbnail. It's not, I'm like looking dusty as hell, finna fucking, I'm in my car driving. I'm finna hit the gym and shit like that. It is what it is, guys. Like, if you're a true supporter, all of that shit shouldn't matter. Just listen to the message, bro. what I want you guys to do is I want you to comment down below five of your standards that you are not going to deal with ever again. So basically what I mean is, you don't want a woman who has this many kids. You don't want a woman who has this many bodies. Guys, I understand these arguments, and if that's your standard, if that's what you don't want, put it in the comment down below. I want you guys to put, what are some things, 5 things that you are not going to deal with when it comes to women anymore. And I want you to type it out, because if you write it, you can hold yourself accountable, but you can also reread it over and over, play back this video over and over. I know there's going to be a majority of guys who aren't going to do it. I know there's a majority of people who aren't going to make it this far to the video. But if you have made it to this far of the video, you are the chosen one. You are the serious one. You are the one who understands and resonates with this message. And you're a guy who has high standards. It is so rare for men to have high standards, guys. And women know this, so they can use whatever baggage, whatever bullshit, whatever stuff that comes with them that's not in your favor to their advantage, because they know you're not going to cut them off. They know you're going to continue to text them. They know that you're not going to be able to talk to no other women, or you're not going to be able to meet no women as good as them. They know this because of your actions and the way that you act. But I'm telling you, if you're a guy who has standards, you can let a woman go, and she will be able to tell that you have standards. And the funny part is, she won't want to leave. But you have to have a program. You have to have standards for your life. You have to have rules for your life, because if you live a life of compromising, especially for a woman, she can take advantage of that. She can run all over you with that and eventually leave you. Now, what good is that? You done did all this compromise. You done got attached to parts of her that you already didn't like. You knew it wasn't good for you. And I'm not saying that the same standards that I have should be yours. Like, if some of this stuff doesn't matter to you, that's fine. But you need to write down on the comments below, type it out, the standards that you have, the things that you will not accept no matter what. Like, no exception to the rule. What are the things that you will not deal with in the women? Just put 5. You're probably going to have more. The more you deal with women, the more experience you have. But I'm telling you guys, women have this mastered, and they are not going to compromise for really all of you guys. They're not. So that's the number one thing you can learn from women. Comment down the 5 things below, your standards that you will not deal with no matter what. Like the video, subscribe, hit the Patreon for exclusive content. Remember, guys, have standards. Okay? I'm out.